So I used a quick write today with grade 9 English Language Arts, and it was at the start of a unit, short stories, to get students to think about what they know about characterization and how characters get created. Things in language arts, obviously writing is a big part of our curriculum, and it's sometimes a bit of a struggle for students. So I think the more we just get them to write is always beneficial. And then the second piece that's really useful is it gets them to bring in their prior knowledge, like activate what they know about a concept, and we can bring that into classroom discussion. They can even bring it into assignments in the future that they do, and it gives me too, as the teacher, just a good idea of like what the students know coming into a new concept or a task.
It definitely helps me get down the ideas that I want to use later. Like in my Romeo and Juliet stuff, I was able to use some of those topics in my essay that I just did a few days ago. So it definitely helps me with those kinds of projects that become bigger and more important later on.
Well, in particular, I can gain what students already know, so that I can use and leverage that now in like future learning. It also helps me know like what their gaps are, and also the different levels of knowledge in the classroom. Like for example, today there were some students who automatically gave their character a name, but quite a few students didn't. And so that's interesting to me to think about, okay, like not everybody is naturally making that association. And so I know the different, the levels, or I can kind of scaffold around what I know their differing kind of entry points into the work are. I don't have a hard time selling the quick write. Like we start it, they know the routine, they do it. I try to make them different and kind of, have some variety. So sometimes I use a visual, sometimes I have them, like today they wrote creatively, sometimes they write personally. But I haven't had an issue in terms of just student engagement. Like they do it, they participate afterwards, they talk about it, they seem to have a high level of interest. So if I see that happening, then to me that's a sign that it's effective and it's kind of working in the way I would want it to work.
It kind of helps me to think deeper and like really understand what we're learning about, especially because right now we're doing short stories. It's going to help me think of deeper things than just the outside stuff of the short story. It's going to help me think of like, oh, that thing, or like, oh, that thing that I wouldn't necessarily see just from reading the material.
I think it's important definitely to provide some variety and to make a quick write fun, because it is part of, in kind of getting students to anticipate and kind of think about what's coming, and you do want to activate their knowledge and you do want to engage them. So I've used a meme as a quick write to get them thinking.
Yeah, like you need ideas to start writing about something, and so the quick write can just help you get all your ideas out, and then you can reread it and expand on those ideas even more.
It's helped me with like personal responses that we've done to kind of think of cool ideas to add to my personal response and not just do the same thing over and over again or use the same example. Because when I look back at all my quick writes, I have ideas that I wouldn't have thought of for my personal responses.
When you have a quick write, everybody has an idea written down. So if I want them to have a discussion with a partner, they can go to a partner and they all have something that they can start with. And if they're friends with that person or not, it doesn't matter. They have something that they can use to talk about. If they're not super comfortable, they can just literally swap and read what that person wrote. But it always gives people an opportunity to kind of collaborate and interact. And for students, I think that's really important to talk and share their ideas. And I've also used it even just to jump into, say, not necessarily a partner or a small group discussion, but like a full class discussion. And I find too that that's really great, because if I've had everyone do the quick write, like I can call on a person who I know might be kind of reluctant, but I know they've got something written down. So I can say, can you please share your idea? And that student is able to do it, and they don't feel put on the spot because they have something that they can use to say. Well, I think anytime you can engage students' prior knowledge and get them to bring in what they know about a subject, you will gain more from them in the long run. And you as a teacher too will get a better understanding of who your learners are and what their needs are. So any of these strategies, a quick write is a great way to engage students and to also really meaningfully impact the learning